you caught me. I'm just a little anxious, and I was doing some hair twirling, which is what I do when I get a little nervous. I'm Dr. B. Thanks for joining us. We're going to talk about neurosensory centering behaviors today. So feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click that notification bell if you would like to get notification of when we have new content available. So neurosensory centering behaviors, what are they? Everybody has them, so what could they be? They could be nail biting, they could be skin picking, they could be hair twirling, they could be grinding your teeth, they could be bouncing of a leg, you know, those people who bounce with their leg or their foot. It could be that, it could be slightly rocking, sometimes it's doing like little kicks with the foot or something like that. Everybody has these little self-comforting behaviors. So they typically do them when their nervous system is feeling a little bit dysregulated and their nervous system is saying, I'm not quite balanced here and I need a little bit of support. So oftentimes it's a response to boredom. Sometimes it's a response to I'm learning something new and it's a little bit stressful. Sometimes it's I'm slightly agitated and I don't know how to deal with it. I'm thinking of something that slightly agitates me and I'm really having a hard time balancing my body. So those few things are typically why we express those neurosensory centering behaviors. If we're not able to get control and kind of balance ourselves with those things, and what ends up happening is those behaviors become more frequent, more intense, and the duration of them lasts longer. So I might go from my hair twirling to kind of pulling on hair, and for people who are more extreme might actually pull the hair out or somehow pull that hair out over time. So those behaviors become more intense if our nervous system doesn't feel like it gets regulated. So how can we get ourselves more regulated when we're doing those sorts of self-comforting neurosensory centering behaviors? Well, one is to notice that we're doing them. Most of us don't know when we're doing them. So asking a caretaker or a loved one or something to say, oh, what do I typically do when I'm nervous? Oh, well, you know, you say a lot. That might be a self-comforting behavior. So knowing and having an awareness, that's the first step. We need to have an awareness of when that's happening. Some people, they tend to use the restroom a lot when they start to get nervous. So that could be also another one that we would look at and say, okay, having an awareness of that happening. So once we have that awareness that that behavior is actually occurring, then we need to figure out a response to that actual behavior. So the hair twirling, okay, I could say, I'll just stop it. I'll just bring my hand down and I won't hair twirl. Well, then my nervous system still is not balanced. It's still dysregulated. So how can I get myself regulated? What are some things that I can do? Well, as we always say, the breathing is the first step. So taking that deep breath in and exhaling out. So that exhalation is longer than the inhalation to really help to engage that parasympathetic nervous system. That's one step. So other things that we could do are to kind of align our body. We could do things like cross the body with our arms or with our legs or something like that. What will that do? That will help to coordinate the right and left hemisphere of the brain and take us further away from the amygdala towards that prefrontal cortex. That can really be helpful. Some other things that we can do is really focused tasks on what's in front of us. So a mindful engagement in what we're doing so that we're just focusing on what this is. So it could be doing a task like I'm gonna go wash my hands. So water is a natural regulator for all humans. So the process of actually washing hands or hearing water run, seeing water run, all of those other things dealing with water helps to regulate almost everybody. So water is extremely helpful. So anytime you feel stressed, take your water bottle, turn it upside down and back. It's great if you can actually see through to see the water in it, but just hearing that water move from one end to the other can be extremely calming. So helping your body kind of regulate from that area. So giving yourself some other techniques that you can do. So the cross the body we talked about, the breathing, Water can be extremely helpful. All of those techniques can help. So other things that we could do, we could potentially pick something up off the floor so that we have that stomach compression, so that it helps to give our body a little bit more of that serotonin into the bloodstream. Walking upstairs, why? Because the positioning of the leg and the hips so that it's in that square can actually help to release endorphins into the bloodstream, and those help to calm and relax the body as well, and help to engage that nervous system and regulate things so that we're in more of a parasympathetic state. Thanks so much for joining us today. We hope to see you again soon.